Bienvenidos, chicas y chicos. Welcome back. Welcome back, boys and girls, to Español con Webster. We are now in week 5. I cannot believe it. This is our 5th week that we're doing online learning. And I wanted to welcome everybody back to another great video, another great week. Right now you are looking at this really beautiful scenery here at the levee. Don't know how many of you are familiar with this place, but it's the levee at Loxahatchee. People come out here to take airboats out. Some people come out for fishing. Some people just come out to walk. They also have a little trail where people can go walking. I thought this would be a nice welcome video for you. These are the sights that we're seeing right now. And I did want to make one little correction. Last week on my welcome video, I mentioned that you needed to click on the notification bell. However, I did find out that you will not have a notification bell because these videos are made for children. So don't worry about the notification bell, but please, if you still have not subscribed, please do so, not only to the YouTube channel, but also to the website. So the assignments for this week, assignment 5, are all going to be due on Friday, April 17th by 1 p.m. I hope everybody's doing okay. I hope you're starting to get into the groove of homeschooling, of online schooling is what I mean to say. All right, everyone, have a great one. Let's get inside and let's get to work. Bienvenidos, chicas y chicos. Welcome back, boys and girls. This is week 5, lesson 5. This video is for you 5th grade and 6th grade. I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. We are back starting a brand new week, week number 5, and this week we are actually pretty excited because we have come to the end of chapter 1. I know this chapter has been really long, but we finally made it, boys and girls, and we're gonna go ahead and review, as part of our cultural reading, Don Quixote de la Mancha. Boys and girls, if you remember, 5th and 6th grade, we touched on this briefly. And we talked about how El Quijote is actually a very famous novel of Spanish literature. And we also introduced these two characters, most of you will remember. Sancho Panza is the short one, and Don Quixote is the tall one. And the reason that the cultural reading is set up in this way is that they feel that this is a great way for you to review lots of the adjectives that you learned at the beginning of chapter 1. So boys and girls, what we're going to do is we're going to start with our cultural reading. And before we actually read all this, which is all in Spanish, I thought it would be a good idea to introduce to you a mini paragraph relating to what we're about to read. So we have Victoria with us here, and I'll read the purple sentence, and Victoria is going to read the green. Here goes. El Quijote es una novela famosa de la literatura española.
El autor de El Quijote es Miguel de Cervantes Saavedra.
Thank you, Victoria. Now you're probably remembering, some of you probably remember and say, oh yeah, I remember this. We did this with Mrs. Webster. Others of you are probably like, wow, I totally forgot. No worries. What I want you to do is I want you to practice reading this mini paragraph for reading fluency. So I'll put this on my website, and I do want you to practice reading this a couple of times. I'm gonna reread it again, and then we'll do the translation. Okay, so again, I'll read the purple, and Victoria will read the green, and then we'll go ahead and translate. El Quijote es una novela famosa de la literatura española.
El autor de El Quijote es Miguel de Cervantes Saavedra.
So boys and girls, don't forget to try reading this and do this for reading fluency. The translation is, El Quijote is a famous novel of Spanish literature. And the second sentence is, the author of El Quijote is Miguel de Cervantes Saavedra. And you're probably thinking, that is a really long name. And it is. He has 2 last names. It is very common for people in Spain and Central and South America to use both last names, both from their father and mother's side. That's why their names sometimes are pretty long. So El Quijote, going back to this, guys, it's a very famous novel and super famous, especially in Spain. And the author's name is Miguel de Cervantes Saavedra. Okay, so now that we did this little mini review, and again, this will be on the website, let's go ahead and go to page 30 of our book. This is our cultural reading, and we made it to the end of chapter 1. I am so excited, guys. So here goes. I will read this tiny little paragraph. El Quijote es una novela famosa de la literatura española. El autor de El Quijote es Miguel de Cervantes Saavedra. This is exactly what we just copied on the page. So this is what we just read. So Victoria, could you read the little small paragraph here?
Sure. El Quijote es la historia del famoso caballero andante, Don Quijote de la Mancha. La Mancha es una región de España.
Okay, thank you, Victoria. So El Quijote is the story of a very famous knight-errant. And you're probably saying, I forgot what a knight-errant is. It's basically a medieval knight, and he's out to get very chivalrous adventures and trying to save the day and be a hero. Don Quixote de la Mancha is his name. La Mancha is a region of Spain. And if we slide down here, boys and girls, you'll remember seeing this in your book on page 30. This is a map of Spain. And if you look right here, La Mancha is this section here, which is just south of Madrid. And Madrid is the capital. Okay, so going back up, here comes a very long paragraph. But most of you, especially 6th grade, you'll remember this. Don Quijote es alto y flaco. Don Quijote is tall and skinny. Sancho Panza es el compañero o escudero de Don Quijote. Sancho Panza is the companion or the attendant to Don Quixote. Here's a question. ¿Es alto y flaco como Don Quijote? Is he tall and skinny like Don Quixote? No, de ninguna manera. No, absolutely not. Sancho es bajo y gordo. Sancho is short and fat. Sancho Panza es una persona muy graciosa. Sancho Panza is a person who's very funny. Es muy cómico. He is very comical. Y Don Quixote and Don Quixote, de ninguna manera, absolutely not. No es cómico. He's not comical. Él es muy serio y es muy honesto y generoso. He's very serious and he's very honest and generous. Pero según Sancho Panza, Don Quixote es muy tonto. But according to Sancho Panza, Don Quixote is very foolish. Y según Don Quixote, Sancho es perezoso. And according to Don Quixote, Sancho is very lazy. So again, here are the two characters. Sancho Panza is the short one. Yes, he's chubby. Yes, the story says he's fat. And Don Quixote is the tall, very serious one. He's very, very honest and generous. And of course, they have differing views of each other. Boys and girls, following along this cultural reading, we're going to quickly review these two vocab words in Spanish. So, caballero andante means knight errant, and like I told you, that's a medieval knight. And the word escudero is a knight's attendant, and that means he's kind of his assistant. Okay, so now we are going to review the two characters. So boys and girls, we went ahead, and Victoria and I went ahead and did this page for you as a review, and this will help you do assignment number 5. Before I show you what your homework is and what your assignment number 5 is, let's take a look at these two columns. So Victoria, is this guy here that's very tall, is he Don Quixote or is he Sancho Panza?
He is Don Quixote.
Right. And then this guy over here is?
Sancho Panza.
Right. So if you kind of zoom out a little bit, Don Quixote has a couple of qualities and characteristics, which are all pretty much adjectives here. Victoria, would you be so kind as to read all of these that describe Don Quixote?
Es flaco, es alto, es serio, es honesto, es generoso, es caballero andante.
Thank you. And I'm going to go ahead and read Sancho Panza. Es bajo, es gordo, es gracioso, es cómico, es perezoso, es un escudero. If you guys can, go ahead and pause the video for a second and read all of these qualities that describe Don Quixote, and go ahead and do the same side for Sancho Panza. Go ahead and pause now for a moment. Okay, so now that you paused and you went ahead and read that, most of you will remember the definition to all of these adjectives, but it's been a while. So boys and girls, this is a wonderful time to start the review, because next week we do a final chapter review, and your assignment for next week will actually be a take-home chapter test. So let's get ready for that take-home chapter test. Es flaco. Victoria, what does that mean?
He is skinny.
Good. Es alto. Victoria, help me with that.
He's tall.
Right. Alto means tall. Es serio, Victoria.
Serious.
Es honesto.
He's honest.
Es generoso.
Generous.
Es caballero andante.
A knight errant.
Perfect. And here's that cute little picture that Victoria drew for us, boys and girls. I think it came out pretty cute. Okay, so if we look back at these adjectives, some of these are cognates, and a cognate is a word that sounds and looks and means the same as in English and Spanish. So honesto means honest. It looks just like honest. It's actually right there, boys and girls. Honest is hiding right there if you cover the O. And it also looks just like generous. Serio looks just like serious. Okay, Sancho Panza, I will read. Es bajo means he's short. Es gordo, he is fat. Es gracioso, he's funny. Es cómico, he's comical. Es perezoso, he is lazy. Es un escudero, he is a knight's assistant. All right, boys and girls, so moving along here is the assignment for this week. It has only 8 problems, boys and girls, but I'm going to talk a little bit with you real quick. It has come to my attention that some of the 5th and 6th graders are actually not listening to the whole video. Everyone's kind of going to the end and then just rushing over to the website and trying to do the assignments. Boys and girls, you must view the whole video. Watching the video, completing the assignments, and doing what the video is telling you represents your attendance and your participation, and it will be reflected in your grade for 4th quarter. So please take the time. I'm trying not to make these too long. Boys and girls, take the time to really, really focus. So your name, first and last name for 2 points, your date. So let's think about the date. All right, boys and girls. So we are going to say that today is the 13th of April. Here we go. El 13 de abril de 2020. Victoria, can you repeat that for us?
13 de abril de 2020.
Perfect. And this is titled, Who Am I? Quien Soy? Lesson 5, Assignment 5. Okay, Victoria, read the red directions for everybody.
Read each sentence carefully, then decide who it describes. Write Sancho Panza or Don Quixote on the blank.
Thank you, Victoria. So you're going to read it carefully, el es serio, and you're going to say, oh gosh, which of these 2 characters is serious? Sancho Panza, Don Quixote. If you forgot, what can you do? You can look where, Victoria?
At the chart, the cheat sheet.
At the little cheat sheet, boys and girls, at the chart. So here we go. Number 2, Victoria, read it for the students.
Él es alto.
He is tall. Él es gordo. Number 3, he is fat. Number 4, él es honesto. Number 5, él es perezoso. Number 6, interesting. How about Victoria, read that for us real quick.
Where was the welcome video filmed? If you aren't sure, start the video and rewatch.
Oh my goodness, Ms. Webster, what are you talking about? Well, if you started the video from the very beginning, you will note that there is a section that is called the welcome video. It's something like about 1 to 2 minutes at the beginning. I do mention where I was when I filmed that welcome video. If you are not sure, start the video and rewatch. This is going to be worth, boys and girls, 5 points. Some of you guys are not watching the video. So I'm going to start asking little questions like this, or give you code numbers, or give you code vocabulary words. So every video, there will be some sort of question to see if you're actually watching the entire video. This is super important. Number 7, él es generoso. Number 8, él es cómico. So going back to number 1, él es serio. I will go to my little cheat sheet here. And Victoria, who is serio?
Don Quixote.
So I will copy the word Don Quixote right here. That is the name of the character. Super easy, boys and girls. Make sure you get your 5-point question. That lets me know that you did watch the video, that you were focused. I hope everyone has a fantastic week. We are at the end of chapter 1, guys. Next week, don't forget, you're having a take-home quiz. Okay, guys, so wishing you a fantastic day. And right before we say goodbye, Monica has a quick reminder.
Hey guys, Monica here. Do remember to write your subject lines appropriately for the emails. It's going to be first name, last name, / grade number / lesson number. All right, guys, have a great day.